out here, just trying to get it. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm coming in here because we gonna look at the shenanigans, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. The way she go by and go so hard with Megan Thee Stallion when it comes to the storyline stuff. But I was gonna start it at the part where she react to the Tamika Mallory part. But I'm gonna start it from right here and just let it ease on down because, yeah, just because we could do reaction. Why not?
Okay, hearsay. And then he hit you up too. If a bitch out the blue start accusing you of shooting her, and you trying to get in contact with her because she ain't answering you to try to see what the hell going on, wouldn't you hit up anybody that you felt like fucked with her? That's not crazy. It's not crazy that he would do it. It's not crazy to hear that, one of Megan's friends says that Tory hit them up. If I'm trying to get in contact with you based on this very serious situation, I'm trying to, see what the fuck is going on. Hell yeah. Bitch, I might go to somebody and see if you can put me, link me and all kind of shit like that. So what did he say when he allegedly sent a message? Jonathan did not say. But see, all of this shit be real convenient, huh? Okay.
See what I'm saying? She don't believe nothing that's against Tory.
He probably was trying to gauge, what was going on with Megan, or trying to see if Megan had changed her phone number or anything. He could have been trying to get, in touch with her. But we don't know because he didn't divulge what it is that he allegedly said. Just Hilarious went online. And I want to be very clear. Why are we talking about this? Because it literally is a trending topic. This got posted 6 hours ago. The interview that Megan did was this week. We literally were moving forward, but she decided to reach out to Gail so that they could do a sit down and bring this shit back up again. So don't come over here asking why the fuck we talking about this shit. So Just Hilarious posted the picture of Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion at the Rock Nation brunch. And so you can see that he literally has his dick pressed against the crack of her ass. Just Hilarious said, I don't fuck with him. That's my brother. Okay? And so this is just something else that leads people to believe that it was a sexual relationship. I mean, why is his dick pressed against your ass? Somebody said, I'm with Viv with this one. She said she never did anything sexual with Tory. I hardly doubt that. Not credible. Just Hilarious said, hell no. She didn't say that. Did she? Hell no. They said yes. They said she stated that they didn't have a sexual relationship.
And did you have an intimate relationship with him? Like sexual? Yeah. Did you, Megan, did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question. I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory. So why do you think he's putting up?
Okay. And so that was her answer. Y'all already know about that bullshit, okay? Now, I want to get into this really quickly. And I just want you to pay attention to something. In that text message that they claim Kelsey sent to the bodyguard, being Justin, no one has confirmed what time that message got sent. No one has confirmed what Justin may have been when that message was received. So here goes one question. Help, Tory shot Meg. If he was in a situation where he was gone, so there was a time difference, what would have been the use of asking him for help? That's number one. That doesn't make sense. Number two, if he was there, which means that he was in the same time zone, why in the hell is it 3 hours later? Valid questions. Fuck that. You see what it says? Help. Tory shot Meg. That's what they claim Kelsey told the bodyguard. I want to go back to this right here. Megan has a lot of friends that like to run their mouth. And so there was actually a post that Megan's friend put online because she was going at it with Kelsey. She called herself defending Megan, and they were all in public talking all kind of shit. Megan been shut their ass up. But get into what one of Megan's best friends posted. Is she still her best friend? Who knows? Who gives a shit? September 29th, 2020. Like, how the fuck you so silent, you goofy long-faced bitch? How can you come in my room that day at the LA house and say verbatim, Tory shot Megan? You forgot that you came back around 4 p.m. after you got dropped off telling me the details about how you fucking pulled out a gun during a petty argument and got mad and shot her? How the fuck you let that midget bitch shoot my friend? I want y'all to pay attention to something. And I brought this up before, but I want to bring it up again now that we got this text message. Does it strike you as odd that this young lady says the exact same thing that they claim that Kelsey told the security guard? What are the odds that Kelsey verbatim said the exact same thing, word for word?
See, here she go without facts and just her opinion. Once again, I keep telling you, once again, not facts. She coming with what she think and what's the odds. Give a fuck.
I want to bring up Chelsea. Let me view this story. Because that petty argument line has been said before as well. Back in the Gap, this is from October in 2020. Tory shot my friend in the story. This is another one of Megan's friends. And all of you whack ass bitches and niggas believing Tory can eat a dick. The fact is a gun was shot toward her direction out of anger. Why was the gun out in the first place? Shouldn't have ever left his pocket or wherever the fuck it was at. I've spoken to Megan multiple times since the incident happened. Her story ain't changed not one time. It's sad that y'all still trying to point out all this other shit outside of her purposely being shot by Tory. Y'all sick in the head. Okay? Now, she had been a fan of his, but when it comes to this, you know what I'm saying, she felt away. So she said he shot towards her direction. And here we go again with this idea that Tory pulled a gun. Now, mind you, Tory had on swim trunks. Some swim trunks have pockets, some don't. Where would he have been concealing this weapon? That's my question. And hold on. I want to pull up that petty argument.
Child, this bitch just be loud and stupid for nothing.
Fucking talk. Because like I said, she's not the first one that said that. Another one of her friends said that they got into a petty argument. And it literally verbatim. Hold on. We'll get into it. I'll find it. But like I said, I don't find it to be a coincidence that we have that exact same thing allegedly coming from Kelsey. I don't like that. And I don't believe in coincidences. And that comes off rehearsed to me. Tory shot Meg. If you don't remember no other line, remember that one. Oh, Tory shot Meg. They had a petty argument. He pulled out a gun and shot in her direction. Okay? Hold on. Let me read the rest of this so I can make sure I'm refreshed. It says, you forgot that you came back around 4 p.m. after you got dropped off telling me the details about how he fucking pulled out a gun during a petty argument and he got mad and shot her? How the fuck you let that midget bitch shoot my friend, ho? But now you being quiet? You coward ass mouse bitch. You really lied to me, of all people, about being injured because Tory was beating your ass? What happened to that? Why you ain't say shit? But Megan's supposed to be your best friend. That's not how best friends work. And you know you wrong. God gonna handle you accordingly. I also remembering you mentioning that they gonna have to pay you something. Oh, you forgot? That must be where that little necklace came from. I wonder why you only posted it on Facebook with that weak ass freestyle. Remember how Tory called you and I told you to decline it, and we both listened to a voicemail of his ass crying saying how sorry he was for shooting her and how he was too drunk? Then amnesia a fool, huh? Y'all keep on asking why Kelsey's silent. We'll talk now, bitch. Now, where is this situation where Tory was beating on Kelsey? Isn't it odd that a witness saw Kelsey get into it with Megan? Because the question for all of the friends that received what Megan told them is, how do you know that you aren't being used? How do you know that you're not being manipulated? You just have to hope that you're not. Because at no point in time did anybody say that they witnessed Tory beating on Kelsey. Beating on Kelsey for what? And Megan sat there? And what did security do? And both of them got back in the car with the man that was beating them. So I just want to make sure that y'all remember these different claims. Furthermore, where is this voicemail that Tory allegedly left? Man, who said something about a voicemail? And so people want to talk about, telling friends and, all of this kind of shit. But where the fuck that came from? Now, moving along, we did have the opportunity to speak to a lawyer for workers. He's somebody that we sit up and we highlight, when he says something of value, because he's actually a lawyer and he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And we like his opinion most of the time. So we talked to him and I want to get into it. Look, China, it's been a busy week. So this was 3 days ago. Get into it.
Look what she doing, yo. She doing interviews to try to prove this man is innocent or whatever. Damn, what is the courts for? Look how she going so hard, yo. She met up with the lawyer. I said that in my last video. I just never really sat back and looked at it, but I seen it going around.
Video.
Hello? Hey, how you doing, Mo?
I'm good. Who's this?
This Millie.
What's up, Millie? Is your video gonna work? Or that's cool. All right. So what'd you think of the interview?
I thought that the interview was a crock of bullshit from start to finish. I feel like it was a desperate plea to get the court of public opinion on her side. One last ditch effort. I feel like a lot of the different things were contrived, and I feel like an omission of the facts is a lie. Why are we not hearing anything about the witness who allegedly saw her get into a physical altercation with Kelsey? That's very important. Why do we hear nothing about anything that has to do with some type of strife with Kelsey? Does Tory really even have a motive? I mean, if the situation is the way that it looks to me in those transcripts, if it's that Kelsey may have been upset that you were sleeping with him behind her back, could it be that when she attacked you, you grabbed the weapon? You did have people move things from one vehicle to another.
Y'all see how she going straight through it like she was there? And you see how she brings the people from her live to the places she go for them to harass the track and make it seem like she doing good shit. Child. Tori must be paying her a lot.
How we don't know that the gun wasn't in EJ's car and then transferred? We don't know that.
Whose gun was it? Do we know whose gun it actually was?
We really don't know whose gun it was. We don't.
I want to just reiterate something you said there, which is 100% right. And look, I mean, I don't think it really speaks to the truth of the falsity. That wasn't like a real interview. That was a PR piece that her management set up with that person, Gail, who asked no real questions. So you're right about that. But, I mean, can we really blame her? It's her PR move. She got a new single coming out. That's what she chose.
No. I just think that people have to be more aware of the way that things are happening and the way that things are being laid out and the things that are being said. I don't feel like anybody who feels like the evidence is going to speak for itself needs to be reaching out to people to give, interviews and doing talks.
What did you think about the text message? There's apparently a text message from the friend to the bodyguard saying, help, Tory shot me.
That text message was very interesting to me because they kept the date. I know a lot of people said this was a dramatization, but they kept the original date, which was July 12th, and the timestamp said about 7:27 or something like that. Now, we know that the shooting took place at about 4:30 in the morning.
I don't know if that was Eastern time or Central time or what.
We don't, and that's what I would like to know. That's my question. What time did that message come through? Because for someone who's supposed to be living in California, which is a security guard, Megan's security that the message went to, why would he be in a different time zone? If everybody's in the same location, why would the timestamp be the same? So if that's the case, why are you texting him what seems like hours later, asking him for any type of help? And then there was a point where Megan said her phone had died, but we know in the transcript that she contacted management. Okay, was your phone dead by the time you got to the hospital? Kelsey came to the hospital. Did you get Kelsey's phone and send a text? We don't know.
So let me ask you a question. You've been following the case pretty closely. Are you saying that when Meg says that he shot at me 4 times, are we saying that she's making that up, like just like bald faced looking at the camera and just lying?
Megan admitted to drinking that day. Megan admitted she had been there all day. I think that it's important to note that maybe we can get some things misconstrued when we're under the influence. Maybe she does not remember all the details, a particular type of when she tried to fill in those holes. Did she get hurt? Yes, she did. How did she get hurt? That is the question. I don't have any qualms about did a gun go off and did that affect Megan? Yes, absolutely it did, I believe. But like I said, on the other hand, how did you get there? And I think that's what's essential because she's accusing, somebody of shooting her. And when I think about it, her whole brand is built on the cornerstone of, being for women and being for young women and being a good friend and being my bestie and this and that. If people knew from the beginning that you were sleeping, with somebody that your friend was interested in, that could have really, really, caused a hitch in what she had going on. Megan is still a very new artist. She has risen to the top fairly quickly, and she's attained so much that I think it looks like or feels like maybe, she's been around and she's been doing this and that. It's been like that. So that's something that I feel like could have really affected her career. And so I think when you start telling a lie, you got to keep up with it. If Megan a liar is not a question. That's a fact.
One of the things you said there about the drinking, so you probably remember in the transcript, Tori's lawyer asks the police officer, Detective Stogner, who's in charge of the investigation, and he said, hey, did you ever ask Megan how much she had to drink that night? He said, nah.
He said no.
A witness who says that I was drinking and then not ask the follow-up question, how much drinking? That's crazy. That's horrible police work.
That is. And when she sat with Gail, they talked about how she just wanted to leave.
This is just so sad. She really on the damn lawyer's page. She is like out here promoting for this man. So bad, child. This is sad. And you married and you going so hard for a celebrity that really don't give a fuck about you or anybody else. This is sad, child. I like Cardi, but I ain't going to fuck miles away for me to have to wind up being inside of a motherfucking court case like I was there that day. Because that's the route she going.
Everybody else didn't want to leave. Why did you want to leave? I think that's important. And why did you not leave with the person that you came with? Why does it say that you left and came back?
Who was the person that she came with? Who is that?
Ethan was her stylist.
Okay.
Yeah, he was her stylist. So I don't
thing I thought was really interesting in the transcript, the police officer said, I don't look at the social media posts. I don't use social media in my investigation. And that's crazy when you consider how much information the witnesses put on social media for the detective to not look at that and evaluate it. And
not look at it. And they said if she had contradicted any claims, via social media, would that be of importance to you? He says yes. Okay, well, you got a lot of important shit that you need to look at then. And you are very behind.
What did you
think? A lot of contradictions.
The last person was on the live. I mentioned this to them. What did you think about the part when it was like, he was in the pool with Kylie. He didn't want to leave. I think it was because he was trying to hook up with Kylie or because he didn't want to get in a car where the two women he had maybe been involved with each of them.
Let me tell you what I think based on, what I feel like what sources have told me and what I've heard. I think that there was a sexual relationship with Tori and Megan. I feel like, how you have those little situations where we're not all the way on. Be off and on, we mess with each other here or there, but it ain't that deep. So you may be out and about, and you may be flirting with somebody else. I think that he was flirting with Kylie. I think that raised an issue, and I think that's why she was the one that wanted to leave. And I think that's why she had to ask. Why I feel like an argument ensued. And I feel like that's why it was so important to get him out of that pool, because you're not going to stay here with her. I'm leaving, so you need to be leaving. I do feel like it was a pride thing. When they sat down with Gail, they outright said that the reason why she asked for an interview was because people thought she was lying. So obviously you can't stand for people to feel a particular type of way or feel like somebody, quote unquote, fucking with you a particular way or coming at you a particular type of way. So is it possible to feel like, well, maybe you were upset that, the guy that you was messing with had the nerve to be talking to somebody else in your face? I could think so.
So going back to my original issue with this whole case is this. I think that there's a lot of reasonable doubt. But I also think that a jury is going to want to hear, okay, well, if not him, then who? Or if not that, then what? What would you, if you had to give them an alternative that, hey, the prosecution wants you to think this happened, but really it went down, what story would you spin?
You know what? I feel like I would love to see like some more evidence or hear like a couple more things or read a couple more things. But at this point, based on everything that's been out and everything I've seen, I'm leaning one of two ways. I feel like the witness said, they saw Kelsey get out the car and start whooping Megan ass in the front seat. The gun was ultimately found in the front seat in the passenger side. What if the gun was already sitting up? What if Megan got the gun to try to protect herself from getting whooped upside the down head? Or Kelsey pulls it out. I don't see a scenario where Tori pulls out the gun.
You see how she just always making up something after something after something. It's like making this stuff up instead of letting it come out in the court because they have to see the facts. They have to see what it is. Like, I don't believe in the court all the way, but god damn it, like, you are not nowhere near inside the court, and now you feel like you really getting it because you're talking to this lawyer.
To harm her. For what reason? Yeah. So those are the two that got a motive to me. But I feel like they have loyalty to each other. Would you try to protect your best friend before you protect the nigga that you was stuck with for a while? Shit, life or death, jail, prison. If somebody got to go down, I'm gonna throw the nigga under the bus. Yo, I'll tell you one thing. The idea that this eyewitness said that he saw the woman in the back, right, out the back, and come to the front and then start beating on the woman in the front, and then the fact that they did a whole interview, which is supposed to be Meg Thee Stallion addressing on TV, and then to not ask that, hey, this witness says that the person came and said, how do you not talk? That's crazy. They did a whole interview and they didn't talk about that. How do you not talk about it? They write it. And she emphasizes, I didn't put my hands on anybody. Okay, is that you telling somebody to put their hands on you? Like, I just feel like it'd be real cold, and she's very particular about, how she said certain things. And, I didn't even raise my voice. Well, why the hell the transcript say that's why the witness woke up? Y'all loud asses woken people up. That's how he saw y'all. Yeah, man, this is going to be a crazy trial. Millie, this is great talking to you. We got to do this. So we got. Okay, I'm going to end it right there. Y'all can watch that. It's on his page. That is the conversation I had with Mo from Lawyer for Workers. Nice and pleasant, right? This was 3 days ago.
Because he sat back and was just listening to you. But you was asking Tamika Mallory all types of shit, and that's why she was coming for you the way she was. Yeah.
Well, people, I had a talk with Tamika Mallory. It did not go like that. It did not go like that. Okay? We also made her live jump too, because wasn't nobody watching her shit. I will be interjecting, and I will be addressing certain things as we play this. I really hate that, you know what I'm saying? It is the length that it is. It is 34 minutes. But bitch, you want to leave? Leave. If you want to stay, stay. Let's get into it. My fateful meeting with Tamika Mallory, blockhead ass. And you know what? I'm going to try my best to speak in a way that she can understand. Because I know they're going to send you this shit. And let me tell you what I feel like you wanted me to do. Let me say this ahead of time. Tamika, to me, based on my interaction with her, she came off as one of those people in life that we all have encountered. That for whatever reason feels like if they speak to you with a certain tone, that they're smarter. Or that they're, you know what I'm saying, making more sense than what you are. She was very condescending. I feel like she tried to belittle my points, not me as a person, but my points. I found her to be quite narcissistic and defensive. I found her to be hypocritical at certain points. I'll explain those things and call it out as we proceed. Okay? But I was not left with positive feelings by the time I got done speaking with her. I was not. She said that she appreciated the talk with me. I told her I did not appreciate speaking with her because she tried to play with me. But what I felt like she wanted me to do was get out of body. Some people be waiting on you to show your ass so that they can discredit everything you said and reduce you to a particular.
So what we watched yesterday wasn't her showing her ass. So what the fuck was that then? Because that ain't make you look good in no type of light either. That's like the delusion. The delusion Okay, I'm sorry we're going to say it through this whole thing. She's trying to narrate, but I don't know. I might speed it up. I might just let you because some of y'all might ain't see it yesterday.
Type of person. I'm gonna always be me and do this or that. But bitch, let me tell you what you never will have the power to do. Get me out of body or bent out of shape. We can talk about whatever. And bitch, I don't give a fuck just how worked up I get about it. Bitch, I can still hold my composure, but I talk hard. I'm never gonna stop talking hard. If you take me there, we going back and forth. When it comes to me disagreeing with a person, I get very stern, very, and much more so direct in my opinion. It don't matter. It don't matter if I know you, if I don't. I could love you so much, but when I feel like I have a question or I'm posing something to you, and we get into this exchange where we start going with the back and forth and shit like that, it gets very, like I said, very stern. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like bitches be tripping. It's not your fault. Thank you so much for recording what you did, girl. What you talking about? Let's go ahead and get into the motherfucking live.
No disrespect to you, but I'm glad to have you here.
I didn't take it as disrespect. Speak. It gets very aggravating because it just feels like, you know. Now pause. The shit had jumped, but I came in saying, listening to you and me listening to you throughout this live before I had come up, I said it gets very aggravating. And then I continued on. So let's go from there. But I told her it gets very aggravating listening to you and people like you.
No disrespect to you, but I'm glad to have you here.
I didn't take it as disrespect. Speak. It gets very aggravating because it just feels like, you know, you purposely skate over certain things that are key when it comes to the public having an understanding of certain things that could have taken place when it's about condemning somebody. If Megan had come out of the gate, because this is not about was Megan hurt or not, and no one cares if she was hurt. That wasn't the focus. She never allowed.
You said no one cares if she was hurt. I care.
No, I didn't say no one cares. I said this is not about no one caring. From the very beginning, she was not listening to receive. She was waiting on a moment. When did I say I didn't care, but nobody cares? Girl, shut up. You see what I'm talking about? She was misconstruing my words 30 seconds in. That's not what I said. Girl, are you listening? If Megan had allowed that to be the focus, then that's what we would have focused on. Megan came out, and yes, she said that she was hurt, but what she really wanted you to focus on was a claim that she had been hurt by someone in particular. And I was hurt as a victim of a crime committed against me. Your focus immediately shifts to who hurt you. Of course, it's important that you were hurt. But now, when you go on campaigns and you go online saying this person did it, and you've given a version of events, we have every right to question that without being accused of victim shaming. Of course, people have been very ugly, but why can't people have questions?
Let me just step in and say, I don't mind people having questions, right? That has not been my issue. And I said many times that I think people should debate as much as they want and go back and forth and say what they think and what they don't think and how much they trust or don't believe her and all of that. I don't disagree with that. The reason why it's not so much that I'm skipping over things, it's that the fact that people are saying there's no gun evidence, basically, is not true. And I've seen people say over and over again that there was the gun, there was no prints on the gun, and that's it. And that's actually not accurate. When you say inconclusive, if you're going to be someone who is responsible, then you need to make sure that you inform people on what inconclusive means. And I'm not saying you, I'm saying the people who've been out there saying it.
So I want you to pay attention, and I wanna speak on this. Based on what she just said, that means that she's speaking in a general sense, correct? Not you in particular, but generally, right? Mark that down.
conclusive does not mean there's no fingerprints. It means that it can't be determined with 100% certainty, which means that it's still left open about who may or may not have shot the gun. Do you feel like you've participated in?
She feel like is genuinely speaking, but no, she's indirect. I felt like she was indirectly speaking about what you're doing. That's what she was doing. She was indirectly speaking.
Condemning him as in no, I never said he did it. I never said he did it. I feel like you get lumped into people that I associate with that have done that.
And let's pause right here. If you were watching the live in its entirety before I got on, Tamika had been on for a while. There were comments telling Tamika, "You're a part of Rock Nation. You were gonna say that anyway." So Tamika was asking before I got on, why are people bringing up Rock Nation? So when I did get on, I told her that I think that they're linking her with Rock Nation because of the people that she's close to. People like my son. My son has, for a fact, condemned Tory Lanez and said that Tory Lanez is guilty, and he feels like that's who did it. That's what Megan said, and that's it. I've seen it with my own eyes. Her, I can't say that about her, but I know he has. I was just expressing to her that that's why, you know what I'm saying, I think that people keep lumping you together because of who you associate with and who you're affiliated with, to give you some context. Not because I brought up Rock Nation to her.
I feel like that's why people throw in the Rock Nation Connect. This has not been about, oh, I was hurt and I'm going to let the criminal justice system figure out how I got hurt. This has been, I got hurt and you did it. And then I ask you a question? Lied multiple times, but we're upset about people calling her a liar? But can I ask you, I didn't say I'm upset about people calling her. In general, of course not. Let me just ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Are you saying that if I was shot and this person, this is who I believe shot me, I shouldn't say that that person shot me? If that's what you believe and you know that that's a fact. Not if you not even about that your back was turned. Not if you're claiming different things at different times. And you have to, if you want to be impartial, I feel like you got to pay attention to everything, not just what she claimed. But understand what I'm saying to you.
Okay, so here we go with the interrupting. So we come into the conversation. It's nice and copacetic. I was not disrespectful to this woman at all. Now, I was already aggravated with her, like I told her, because I feel like you skating over shit, but whatever. I'm still being patient with her ass. Here she go interrupting me.
I'm just saying that I don't take issue with a person saying that this person shot me if that's who they 100% are saying that's the person that shot them. I take issue with us as people who were not there saying that she's absolutely lying. I don't know.
I take issue with people feeling like Tory Lanez is not
let me just finish my
career or anything else based off of what she said.
Let me just finish my point. I'm saying that you as, and what's your name, sis? I know it's not my radio. It's Lily. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me just finish my point, right?
Hurry up.
If you really come to me and tell me Gina shot me, right? I have the right to say I don't believe that Gina shot you. I have every right to say, I don't know about that, I don't trust it. But what I can't say is that Gina didn't shoot you because the evidence proves that it's somebody else when that's not the facts.
But here goes my thing that I think is fit. This is what I'm saying. There was a gun went off, and you have somebody in a medical report that says bullet fragments were removed. So of course that would lead you to believe that someone was shot. Somebody was harmed by a gun in some form or fashion. That's fine. When you put everything in a pot and you take out what she said, you also have in the medical report her claiming that she injured her foot at the home, that she stepped on glass. You do have a witness that says that there were gunshots fired in the air and shell casings. Just because a gun went off, could it be a coincidence that a gun went off and she was harmed by glass? But I want to explain that. So she thinks that that's obviously ridiculous. I would beg to differ, and I will show you why. Absolutely, I will show you why. Child, first of all, where do I want to go? Shooting into the air in the initial police report. Let's get into it. Exclusive details, okay? We're told that the argument started after the group left the Hollywood Hills party together in a chauffeur-driven SUV. And at some point...
Not from the court documents. She's going to a blog site to get the information. Not from the court documents. Blog site. Make it make sense.
Megan and a friend wanted out of the vehicle. They claim Megan and the friend. Our sources say that Tory opened fire from inside the vehicle and allegedly hit Megan in the feet twice. Okay? Now, in the initial report to police, it said that someone had fired a gun into the air, not at someone. Megan initially told police that she had cut her feet on glass, but remember, maybe she lied because she felt intimidated. Okay? Fuck all that. Let's go back here. The initial report from a witness was that a gun had been fired into the air. Now, we do know that 4 shell casings were found on the scene. We already know about that. Okay. Then we already know that there were claims that she got glass in her foot. She said that herself. She also sat up and said that she was bleeding profusely. Which
this goes back to her thinking that they paying off the nurses and doctors to say that they took bullet fragments and bullet out her foot. This is the sad part. This is the delusion part, and this is the part where she really going too fucking hard, and she gonna wind up getting a court notice, and that's what I feel like she want, because Black T Block did the same thing when it came to the who was it? Nicki Minaj. Was it Nicki Minaj? Yeah, Nicki Minaj and her husband, so-called husband, stuff that was going on with them. She was happy as hell that they called her to use one of her videos after she was harassing that damn lady all that goddamn time. She was happy as hell. These people is crazy and delusional, and they get mad and angry when you pull a wild card. That's why she's trying to sue Cardi B, because Cardi B showed that face. Yeah. Shit.
which is another fucking problem that I find with this situation. Because when we actually go take a look at the medical report, hold on. Cause I wanna look at that. The medical report says that, baby, she didn't have no motherfucking deep bleeding. Let me go to page 6. That's what it is. I had to remember which link that was. So many fucking different ones. Because this post serves two purposes. Bitch, get into this in a second. But anyway, let's get into Megan's state when she got there. The report notes that she was alert, oriented, and breathing comfortably at the time of her admission. She had a visible small wound to her ankle with no active bleeding. Didn't Megan say she was bleeding profusely? She fell down. She looked down and she was bleeding profusely. She left and went. What happened? No active bleeding. Now, Gail threw that fucking medical report up there, all blurry and shit, so couldn't nobody see it. Nah, fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. What do you mean no active bleeding? So let me paint the picture for you. Is it possible that Megan did cut her feet on glass, or that she kicked out the window, and that a gun did get fired and there were casings, but that they couldn't be matched? Can you turn that off for me? Okay. Is it possible that a gun went off and that she was injured by glass? That is very possible. You have missing bullet fragments. Can you prove to me that bullet fragments were removed from her feet? At this point in time, all you have is a piece of paper. That's not enough because the bullet fragments have gone missing. That is a possibility that a gun was fired and this. I understand what the medical report says. It has to be a possibility that somebody could have altered that report. Maybe it's not as likely, but it does have a percentage when you talk about probability. So nobody is saying that that's what happened, that she wasn't affected by the gun going off. You just have to open your mind to the possibility that it can't just be that, oh, the gun went off and that's what happened that resulted in this. Because you also have a witness that saw them fighting. If they were in such close quarters and such a close proximity to each other, and they were fighting over a gun that ultimately went off, how is it that Megan's feet are the only ones that got affected? If you got everybody standing there with no shoes on or nothing else, that was my point with that theory. That's the word of the day, theory. Because we have the gun in the scenario that's being used. This whole idea, that don't have to be a fact, because she said she stepped on glass. So why do we? So what we're saying is, she said she stepped on glass. Okay, but a surgeon took fragments of fragments that you can't show or prove in court because they've been lost. But where are the bullet fragments? But wait, so prove in court what you can prove, not about what you think. And so what I'm telling Tamika is, court is about what you can prove, not about what you think. Can you prove to me that she was shot? Or do you just want to tell me what a piece of paper says? Because we don't have the proof because the bullet fragments are gone. That's the question. All that other shit for the birds. Millie, we going with, I'm not emotional about this at all. This is gaslighting. Now she's deflecting. I ask about missing bullet fragments, and then she says, well, I'm not emotional about this. I'm very emotional.
Because what it seems like, Tamika Mallory, she basically she don't directly, she's not directly saying it, but I feel like she's know how hard my radio going and how hard she is going, and she's trying to figure out why the fuck you going so hard on this situation, because that's why she keeps saying, I'm not emotional about this, I'm not, or she'll come out and say something that basically eases into what my radio be doing. Come on, think about it.
Passionate or whatever the fuck else you want to call it about a black man's fucking freedom being on the line. You goddamn right. What? Speaker. So right. I'm not upset. I'm just telling you, I'm not emotional about it at all. I'm not emotional about it at all. I'm just dealing with some real, very specific, narrow things. Because where are the bullet fragments so that you can prove because that's what they were pulled out of her. That's what it's gonna come to. But in a hospital, holding on to the little fragments or whatever the case may be, maybe they should have done that, but they didn't. They lost them, whatever. But we all pause, motherfucking me, pause. Now, let's go take a look at this again so we can talk about it. Megan told Gail that she didn't initially tell police that Tory shot her out of fear. Okay, we're down here. Seeing as the incident occurred so soon after the George Floyd murder, the police are definitely very much shoot first, ask questions later. They said Megan claimed to Gail that doctors didn't disclose to her that she had bullets in both feet until the police had already left the hospital grounds. Okay? So they said that Megan told doctors a full version of the night's events as they discussed the prospect of surgery. That's what they said. The full version, and that was a lie, or the truth. 3 bullet fragments were saved, packaged according to standard protocol, and passed off to the appropriate authorities. The report states that there were tiny fragments of retained missile that were deemed too small to attempt retrieval. Okay? They said she was discharged on July 16th. I want to get into that. The 3 bullet fragments, and they handed them off to authorities, and that was when she went in July, correct? I want to get into when Tory was charged. That's what I want to get into. Rapper Tory Lanez has been charged in the Megan Thee Stallion shooting on October 8th, 2020. Megan went to the emergency room on the morning of July 12th, right? Yeah, July 12th. Why did it take till October 8th? Does that make sense? So they said rapper Tory Lanez was charged on Thursday. This was a Thursday, October 8th, 2020, because of what happened on July 12th. So the charges filed by the Los Angeles County District Attorney include assault with a semi-automatic firearm, personal use of a firearm, and carrying a loaded unregistered, there you go again, unregistered, that'll be important later, an unregistered firearm in a vehicle. In addition, he faces a gun allegation and a charge that he personally inflicted great bodily injury. Okay? And so they said that she had been into an argument. They said when Megan first made her allegations public, she didn't name her alleged attacker, but she said that she had suffered gunshot wounds as a result of a crime that was committed against me and done with the intention to physically harm me. Before the DA announced the charges, back and forth has spun out on social media with Tory denying that he did anything. And they said she had just become a social media joke. So anyway, it wasn't until Megan ass went online saying certain things did they start investigating, and then charges were pressed against him. If y'all removed those bullet fragments and handed them to the proper authorities, and y'all picked up a hot unregistered gun out of that vehicle, and y'all found the shell casings, why weren't those fragments matched to that weapon? That's my question. Okie dokie.
Agree, or at least maybe you don't, that the surgeon says he pulled bullet fragments out of both of her feet and they left some fragments in her foot. We all know that that's what the surgeon says. So this is what everybody is telling me, because again, I have not in any way, and I just want this to be clear, whether or not I associate with any, because this is the same thing that happened to me in the situation with Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan said something about a particular community, and because I attended an event, and because I have said that I love Minister Farrakhan, I appreciate him as a leader, his words became my own. So whatever my son said...
I want to pause. She had already told this story in the live before I got on, number one. Number two, I want to remind you that I had been asking about bullet fragments. She told me I was emotional and starts talking about Farrakhan and my son.
And how much I work with him, and I love my son, and that's my brother, and I will go to bat, I will die for my son. You can trust and believe if you watch our podcast or if you see us, we don't agree all the time on every issue. And I, as a woman, will not be told that because I'm friends with somebody, that everything they say, believe, and do means that I believe the same.
I didn't tell you that. But I feel like we're going off the... I'm talking about... You asked me about if she was shot. And it's about an open dialogue that's going to go all around the world.
I'm only speaking for myself. Millie, I'm not bringing you up here. I'm not bringing you up here to have an argument.
No, this is not an argument, but you want to over talk and you want to talk about Farrakhan. I'm not talking about that. Girl, I don't give a fuck about Farrakhan, bitch. The fuck? What are you talking about? You want to bring up Farrakhan, a podcast, my son, and girl, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Bullet fragments. When you go to court, it's not going to be about what you heard. It's going to be about what they can prove. And unless you can show bullet fragments that that's a gun from Tory Lanez, you can't prove that there was a gun. And there were bullets that were put on the gun.
Millie,
what I said was, you cannot prove without those bullet fragments that the shots were fired from his fucking weapon that went in her body. Not only do you have inconclusive DNA or an inconclusive fucking reading, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you already got that. But you don't have the bullet fragments either, and I'm supposed to take your word for it. You don't know that she was shot. It's likely that a bullet ricocheted and maybe affected her, and she was grazed or whatever the case may be. But you do not know that she was shot. You don't know that. And the one thing that would prove to us that she was shot, evidence of what was taken out of her body, is nowhere to be fucking found, coincidentally. Come on now.
You want to have an argument or you want to have...
I don't want to have an argument. I don't want to talk about Farrakhan. I want to talk about the case. And I want to talk about more than case.
So why did you bring up my son?
Why is she bringing up my son again? In the beginning of the conversation, I said the reason why I think people link you with Rock Nation is because of who you associated with. We already passed that. Why are you bringing up my son in Farrakhan, bitch? I told you why people in the comments were linking you to Rock Nation.
So what I'm saying to you,
you gonna make
and
the
I'm
whole
telling
point.
you,
I'm talking
and what
about
I am saying to you, what you said how you keep the reason why you keep talking is because you don't want to deal with the facts of what I'm saying.
No, you want to talk about Farrakhan. So I'm going to talk about that.
Millie, I'm going to talk about the transcript. And then when I'm speaking, I would appreciate it if you don't talk over me, and I won't talk over you. So go ahead and say what you got to say.
I feel like you are skating over important points. Yes, Megan was hurt. How was she hurt? We don't know. But when you go to court and you want to talk about, yes, she was shot, they will have to prove that took place. So bullet fragments missing is very important, Tamika. Because that's going to prove if they have the bullet fragments, they can match them with the case and with the gun. We can show that there's a 1, 2, and a 3. If you don't even have the bullet fragments, how can you prove that?
Okay.
That's something essential. Okay. When people, not you, but when people you're linked with, so people in your comments are saying, you with Rock Nation, you're going to say that anyway. People have condemned Tory. People have taken him out. He's had to go through so much. Is it innocent until proven guilty or not? We can protect both parties and stand up for both while saying we don't know. That's my point.
And that's what I said. I said
that has not been the tone the whole time.
I don't have
to got here.
Okay, so are you finished? And is it my turn to interrupt it?
No.
Okay.
We don't even have a proper question.
Is it my turn to speak? Is it my turn to speak?
Wait, one more thing. Let me say one more thing and then you can talk. I'm going to be quiet. Mm-hmm. And I also feel like more than page 66 is important. And okay, so something to the effect of, it's not about how it got there, it's about the fact that she was hurt. That's the whole reason we're here, because she's blaming someone. So if it could look like somebody else did something, then let's talk about page 59. Let's talk about it being confirmed that she had backdoored somebody, because that's what Kelsey said. Let's talk about when she opened the door.
Okay, so Millie, being able to speak.
Pause. Why are you talking? I'm not done. Let's get into some facts. You want to keep on bringing up page 66. I don't give a fuck about page 66. You need to look at some other pages.
Right, pause. Just like Trish said, she throws Megan's name on the goddamn thumbnail, and that's what she do, and she just sit there and keep going ham on her, because that's what she do and a lot of other blogs do. And the same thing that Tasha K did, the same thing that made her get in court to have a $3 million lawsuit that she have to pay off, that she's still probably scrambling up because she was trying to deny the damn lawsuit. She was trying to act like she ain't got it because she's still trying to keep up with the algorithm. And this is the problem with the people. The people always want to keep with the algorithm, always want to be up with the algorithm instead of speaking facts of things. No, they go too hard on people when they feel like they don't like a certain person that they like or they cool with. My radio is married. This girl is married, but she be all up everywhere, all in the DMs of people and all that craziness and having sex parties and all that stuff like that. Like, that stuff right there is trash. It's really trash. Come on, let's listen to the fuckery.
What she want to do? Interrupt me again. What's she about to tell me?
Being able to speak doesn't mean you just keep running on. Respect.
You don't tell me how many points I can make, bitch. You asked me what I had to say, and I told you. What?
The conversation is you said a lot, and
you asked me, and I answered you.
Okay, so now it's all the points I wanted to hit. Okay, so now it's my turn.
Go ahead.
Now let me speak. So number one, you brought up the fact that I'm associated with other people. And so what I'm telling you is that I also have sensitivities around that. And that's the reason why I brought up a direct situation where people have accused me just because of who I talk to and associate with, that those people's words are...
No, pause. She don't give her option. She don't give her a fucking opinion. She sit back and she put out narratives and she sit back and she lies and keep it going. This girl is going on. She is basically doing interviews to support Tory. Like, it's It's not. I'm not saying it's sad that she's supporting Tory. Okay, you can support who you want to support, but wait till the facts and all the evidence come out. If it's in court, it's in court. This boy is on trial. Okay, it's got to be in court, and everything has to come out. But you just running around here spitting out narrative, sitting back making, basically sitting back making all types of stuff just for you to be able to be in the presence of these celebrities. Like, no, that's how Tasha K got sued, and it's sad because these people is really just into that just so they can get famous. Like, come on.
I did not say who shot or did not shoot or whatever this Meg Thee Stallion. I did not say that. What I said is that what is most likely, and I get your point, where you say, well, on this page it says this, that, and the third. But if
Trish, yes, she do. I swear, I was on this before I even deleted the station here off my phone. I was on one, and it's crazy because I used to really watch her all the time. She was like one of the first people I started watching on YouTube, and it's so crazy because I started getting off of her because how hard she go on Cardi, how hard she go on Megan, how hard she go on Normani, how hard she go on all these girls that she feel like does not like Nicki Minaj, or Nicki Minaj does not like them, or same thing with Tory Lanez. If they going against Tory Lanez, she popping it up. Like, I feel like that is just sad. Like, no, it's a bunch of stuff, and we not just sticking to this Discord, it's tapes and all that stuff like that. No, I'm just talking about the facts of what I see and what I realized and what made me chill out from dealing with her. Like I used to really sit back and watch her shit.
Surgeon says I remove bullet fragments from this person's feet, 2 feet, right? That we know that. That's what the surgeon said. Now what we're saying is the surgeon may have lied because the surgeon said he removed bullet fragments from 2 feet. Here's what else we know. We know there was a gun in the vehicle that belonged to one person. It was registered in that person's name.
Did you hear what she just said?
Trish, and you're right. Supporting Tory does not mean harass Megan Thee Stallion. Just like supporting Nicki Minaj does not mean harass everybody else that they think Nicki Minaj don't like. This is what they do. Her, and there's a lot of other blogs that do that same thing. And then they get mad at all these other blogs that's not biased and say the right and wrong and when they reporting on all the shit. That's where the problem begins at right there. My thing is, yes, Baby Cakes, you is right. She do speak certain facts, but you can't tell me this bitch don't go ham on people like she really with them. She going ham on this court case like she was there with the bikinis and the goddamn swimming trunks with them. How can you making up theories on everything that you think going against Tory Lanez? You popping up in hotel rooms with his daddy. Let's keep it going. Like, come on. This is the part where it's like, no, too far is too far. And she goes too damn far. And Trish, like, yes, she do. You sit back and she tear down whoever.
Doesn't that imply that it was Tory's? She gonna keep on talking because she didn't outright say his name right there. But she said that the gun was registered to a certain person. I tagged Tamika in this post from the transcripts. Now, the firearm in this case that was recovered as item number 2, was that a registered or unregistered firearm? The answer from the detective was unregistered. Nobody ever told you that that was Tory's gun. I also would like to get into what a friend of hers said. Give me 1 second. Lil Jew on the beat, whatever the fuck his damn name is. Don't forget that in 2020, he made a startling fucking claim. He said on September 25th, 2020, while Megan is talking about people being privy to certain things with academics and claims that Tory was giving him information. Well, get into this. Do y'all remember that Megan's producer said, this goofy ass nigga say he ain't shooter? And they literally have matched the bullets from his gun to the ones in her. When in the hell did they do that? That's what I want to know.
No, what it is where they go for is they want blogs to post them, okay? And they want the big blogs to post them. This is the issue. They want the big blogs to post them so they can be out here. Okay? That is what the problem is right now. And I really do feel like this is what she want. By her going on with Tamika Mallory on the live, and then she over there with the lawyers for works, or with the lawyers, the ones that be talking about all the celebrity cases and all that stuff. For her, she wants to be reposted. And trust me, if you listen to one of her lives again after all this, she's going to talk about who did not repost it. Okay? It's all about a post, and it's all about them getting their algorithm up and getting more views and numbers. Okay? This is the sad part about it. Instead of just sitting back and having her own opinion and just sitting back and saying what she thinking, that's that. But no, she put theories after theories. It can't be theories when you go into court and they have to prove facts. They not paying all them damn 12 jurors or whoever to sit back and lie. They come on.
Okay, continue on. I read it was unregistered. Okay. Is that not true? What page says that it was registered to who?
Hey, you listen. You might be right and I might be wrong.
But that's important when we sit here and we declare things.
So
you're saying that don't belong.
The reason why I'm saying true. The reason why I'm saying that it was registered is because I read that. But I could be completely, that could be false information.
And then so hard about somebody
it might not have been registered. I read it in a story, but it could be completely false. So that's what I call it saying that it was an unregistered weapon. Okay, that's fine. Well, what I know is that there's a gun.
Mm-hmm. What I know is you just sat on your platform and tried to make the owner of that gun the man that's being accused of shooting her. You're spreading misinformation on your platform. That's what I know you just did.
Right? That is in a...
And she don't do the same? And she don't do the same? And she don't do the same? It's almost over.
Vehicle.
Because I got things to do, but I'm coming back, trust me.
That is hot to the touch.
Yes.
Right? That was definitely fired. Mm-hmm. And there is gun residue on two people's hands.
Right.
That were in a vehicle. And there's a woman who went to the hospital and a surgeon took bullet fragments out her feet. That's what I know.
Allegedly. Do you know what I know? I know that I live in a world where I allow that to be a possibility, but I also allow a possibility for it to be that could be false as well. Doctors don't lie.
So the doctors lied. Okay, but
I know. I didn't say the doctor lied. I said I allow it to be a possibility.
Okay, so the doctor's place.
We don't know, Tamika. That's
my love. I'm for you. I'm for whatever y'all want to say. So if we're saying that the doctors are lying, that's not what we're.
My thing is, because we all going off of theories and off of bullshit and off of everything else. We all going off of that. So my thing is, why keep making up assumptions and theories? Let it play out. Go get them transcripts. Go sit in that courtroom. And that's what the problem is with my radio. She's sitting behind her fucking keyboard, being loud, busting bombs. Like, I'm not, this is just weird as fuck.
Now, you hear me correcting her at every turn. That's not what I said. And that was my loves and sweetie, that's part of the condescending shit.
And that's facts, Trish. Yes, she will sit there and brag about the drama before she start the shit, because she know what the fuck she be doing. If you go back in all her fucking videos, and look at everything. You would sit there and see exactly what it is. Like, this is really irritating. And I guess I must be passionate because it's really irritating me.
That's not what I said. I said I allow for there to be other possibilities. Now, it strikes me as quite odd that somebody that brands herself as an activist would question the police department.
And baby cakes, yes, you right. You right, baby fat cake. My bad. I did mess the name up. But and you right, I'm not saying that you agree because just like I said, I used to watch her and I didn't agree with everything until I realized that no, she go too hard on situations that she really don't know about. That's like us thinking that we know everything about these people and we not around them. You don't even know your family members that you ain't around and you around sometimes, but you don't even know them like that. Like, you don't even know the people around you sometimes. Like, come on. That's bullcrap. She is weird as hell. She is. She is malicious as hell. Yes, she really is. Because it's sad that literally she sit back and she would sit there and just go so ham. She'll get feel like she got evidence of something. She goes to all the blogs to get the shit. Same thing we do. Same thing we all basically following all the blogs that she getting all her information from. Why not make up our own shit? Okay, like and do our narrative. Like, no, I'm not gonna sit here and lie on nobody. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna sit here and speak of what I see and what I feel and what I know. I'm not speaking on no lies because guess what? I ain't got no money to be giving nobody for no courts. Okay. Hello.
Or the goddamn hospital lying. I mean, how many times have they done that? What did they initially tell you happened to Breonna Taylor? What did they tell you happened to George Floyd before somebody else came in and gave an opinion? How many times has the hospital and cops and everybody else told you a particular story because it went with their narrative? How many times? But you want to tell me that it's far-fetched to think that with a high priority client that people could have been in cahoots and lying? I want to bring up something very important as it speaks to me questioning the transcripts. And this is real simple. When the Shade Room and Complex say that they were privy to the medical reports, I want to get into this right here. I found something interesting that just does not sit well with me. So, they claimed that they could confirm that after looking at the reports on July 12th, that Megan was admitted, that after looking at the reports on July 12th, Megan was admitted to Cedars-Sinai on an admission diagnosis of gunshot injury. Okay? This means that the practicing physician saw her wound and determined that she be treated for a gunshot injury. The reports also show that shrapnel, not bullet fragments, okay? There is a difference too when you labeling that on paperwork. The reports also show that shrapnel was found in Megan's left heel. Notice that they did not say that there was anything in both of the feet. Did you see them mention anything about pieces being left in and not being able to retrieve anything? No. Shrapnel are shell casing fragments from a bullet in most cases, defined as debris from a bomb or an explosion. If she had shrapnel that y'all removed, and that comes off of the shell casings, then y'all for damn sure should have been able to match it because y'all found 4 shell casings on the scene, correct? The reports confirm that Megan was treated with irrigation and debridement, which is the removal of hard tissue or debris. In this case, shrapnel from her foot, not feet. They claimed that they looked at the report and they said that it was a foot, not feet. They did not say bullet. They did not say fragment. They said shrapnel, which that is important, but like I said, there is a difference. Okay, she was given medication and they determined her to be okay for discharge on July 14th. Now, this was reported on September 26, 2020. They said that they saw the same report that Gail saw, right? Okay. Well, I just have a really, really quick question. Let me scroll down. Let's get past the feet and all kind of shit like that. Can you explain to me why it says Megan was discharged on July 16th in y'all latest write-up after looking at the report? Now, I understand that it says that she was okay. They determined that it would be okay for her to be discharged on July 14th. Irrigation and debridement, you can get some type of anesthesia because it can be painful, but not to the point where you would have to go under necessarily. So this is something that's fairly simple to do. We went in the same report, we went from 2 feet to 1. And they said that she was okay to be discharged for the 14th. But you mean to tell me that Megan stayed for another, what, day and a half? Why? Why are the dates different? And if y'all reported this on September 26th, then that means that Megan had already been discharged. So why wouldn't the accurate date be present? So I'm just confused as to why the dates are different. So don't ask me why I would question the fucking medical report. Because I would like to understand, what report did y'all see? What report did Complex in the Shade Room see that told them that she could leave on the 14th, even though she didn't leave till the 16th, from something that was very minor, very superficial, as they stated? And then they said she was treated to remove some shrapnel from 1 foot. But now we have a report that says there were 2 feet and something left and nerve damage and July 16th, huh? Okay.
Officers align because and that's the reason why I've been really narrow in my focus. I've been narrowing my focus with things that generally you don't find lies about from police departments and hospitals. Surgeons don't say, yeah, there was bullet fragments when it really was glass. That's not something they generally do. But if we're saying that it's possible that the surgeon made up that it was bullet fragments and not whatever else, this means that the surgeon was made aware that that she's gonna lie on this man, or she's gonna put it on this woman or these people. We're now saying that a surgeon decided to make up a story about 3 Black people.
We're now deciding to say that it's a possibility because we can't put anything past anyone.
Okay, so
especially
that's fine.
when we don't have bullet fragments to this day. Especially when she also told them, are you telling me that the police department is incompetent? When they came on the scene and there was a hot gun and somebody allegedly had been shot, they went along with the fact that it had been glass because they thought it was consistent with being glass. Why wasn't there a report made right then when they got the bullet fragments out? Why did it take a certain amount of time for charges to be filed? I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying don't make it that this is the only thing it can be, because we don't know.
So,
is that point understood? I didn't say that the surgeon lied. I didn't say that that's all it was. I didn't say that that was a fact. All I'm saying is it could be a possibility. It's possible that the surgeon told the absolute truth and that's what happened and the bullet fragments just went missing. You know, and all that shit. But it's also possible that the shit was fucked with.
I'm not necessarily... See, but this is my issue.
What?
Okay? You're doing... what I think is exactly what people are accusing me, and maybe, I don't know, maybe they're accusing me, maybe not. Okay, I'm not sitting here trying to come up with scenarios. The surgeon lied, that this happened, and that happened. If I did that...
I want to be fair. You're not coming up with scenarios, but you're telling lies.
Millie,
I said you're not coming up with scenarios, but you're telling lies.
Millie,
you don't even know.
Millie.
I'd rather come up with a theory than tell a lie.
What I'm saying...
I'd rather come up with a theory than tell a lie. Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm not even talking about a theory, right? Because if I came up with a theory, my theory would be me trying to put together something that leans one way or the other. It's very clear to me when you said, Tori, and I've never listened to your stuff. I don't know you, but I'm glad we're meeting and having a conversation today, right? You clearly, from what I can hear, believe that it is very, very possible that Tori didn't do this and that Meg is a liar. That's coming across very clear.
Not about being hurt. I want to be very clear because words get twisted.
About who did it. About who
right.
did it. So I never said that he did it or that she or that what's the name?
But do you admit or acknowledge that you imply that when you tell the whole audience that the gun in the car belonged to him? When the okay.
Okay, so Millie,
what?
Right? That may be true.
It is true.
But this is, again, you just corrected me, and I'm gonna go get my business straight, make sure. And I'm a person that will come back and say, just so everybody knows, Tory's lawyers are saying that this is not his gun or it wasn't registered and I'm wrong. I will come back and say,
you are the reason why I went and read the transcripts, which is why I'm saying the things I'm saying now. Did you hear that, Rock Nation? Tamika? It was Tamika. Let me make sure y'all heard me. She's the reason.
But that's why I'm saying, everybody. Go to page 80. What I'm saying to you is that if I'm wrong about whose gun it is, or if his lawyers are even trying to prove or saying, or they're even using that it wasn't his gun, right? If that is the case, I am more than willing to come back and say, hey, I want to make sure I say this because I don't want to put the wrong information out there.
But you need to get on that, baby, because I just tagged you in a tweet and you lied. But I guess it's cool because fuck him, right?
From all accounts that I've read and from the transcripts getting into it, it appears to me, and I read a story, and again, I'm saying very clearly that I read a story that said it was registered. If it was unregistered, now that means there's another problem that there was an unregistered gun that's in the vehicle. Mm-hmm. So we put that to the side. But
why do we need to put that to the side when that was one of the cornerstones of your argument? One of your major points was that the gun in the car belonged to him, as to imply that he must have been the one that used it or pulled it out.
I'm not giving you theory. I'm not coming up with a theory. I'm not coming up with
ATL Bravo is funny as shit. He said people out here believing the people in the back was arguing. She just wanted to get out, so they shot her. Yo, this is some out of pocket stuff. That was so funny. I had to read that one off. I'm just checking the comments out, yo.
Possibilities of anything. I'm not making up what I think could be and what it also could not be.
And look at how I boosted up her live too.
Gun that is found hot to the touch in the car in front of a person who happens.
Y'all heard what she said though? I told you it's all about the numbers with these bitches, yo. It's all about the numbers, yo. That's the delusion in them, yo. That is the delusion.
To be the defendant. And
pause. She introduces this new idea that the gun was found in front of the person that she thought that it belonged to. She introduced that. Okay. But wait, if you read the transcript, so you know Megan was sitting right there before him, then don't you? Megan was sat before him. Megan didn't. Of the passengers, in front of the passenger seat. He wasn't originally sitting.
Child, y'all heard at the beginning what she said. She be having them people recording for her. And they can't even do that shit right, okay? They just out here running around like a chicken with their heads cut off and can't even do the shit right.
Yeah. Okay, well when you say originally, say Millie. We're not talking about original. We're talking about when the officers came. The weapon or who came out without a weapon. I'm talking about when there. I'm not talking there too. But Millie, the gun is shot while she's out the car. So we're not talking about what happened at 10 p.m. Right. But what do you mean? So she was in the car when she got shot? Do we know? Can she tell you what she was? Was she walking backwards? Where was Millie?
I want to bring that up. Millie me ass. I want to bring this shit up too.
Oh, Trish, I ain't know that. She selling the transcripts now? Oh, I didn't know that.
Megan claimed She was in a whole bunch of motherfucking places. That drunk ass bitch don't know. Now, let's get into this. Shout out to Lil Baby, okay? To describe where he was, when he allegedly pointed the gun at her.
The car, and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, is they said dance, start shooting, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like he shot a couple of times. And I was so scared. In the car, shooting from the car? Like he is standing up over the window, okay, shooting.
He is standing up over the window shooting. The transcripts told us that, Megan walked towards the rear of the vehicle. Does anybody need me to pull that up so you can look at it? We already went over all of this, you should know. But if you need me to show you, bitch, I can. But we already went over, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Thank you for your engagement, babe. But we already know that part, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this shit right here. Because the rear of the car is the back of the car. So I want you to watch this video, and then I'm going to explain it to you, okay? Now watch this. Okay? So this guy, he says, Millie, look, I'm a part of the mob. I'm about Tory Lane's hype. I got an SUV. I want to test this out. As we look at this video, I want to highlight the car door. Megan says that Tory was over the window, shooting at her, standing on the little step right there. They'd be on the SUVs. When your door opens, it opens out towards the front. I mean, have we seen any Escalades, which is what they were in, that don't have a door? Unless you're Rolling Ray, and it's a suicide door. But we already know how the doors open because we saw the video on TMZ. So when you open your door, it opens out and towards...
You see how she do it? She had people reenacting it and had them send it into her so she could post it on her page. This is the shit that I'm talking about. This the shit that she do. This is exactly the shit that she do. She does shit like this, and she basically be harassing these fucking people.
It's the front. If Megan was walking towards the rear, which is the back of...
Did you peep when she sat back and said, bye. She was deleting somebody because they was not going along with the narrative that she was saying. That's what that was, because that's what she did to me. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, I really don't like this bitch. I was like, oh no, because that's just shout out. Just because somebody don't go along with what you saying, you want everybody on. And this is what the problem is, baby, fat cake, whatever your name is. That's the problem. She have us on her live, and she want us. It's like a cult. She want us to listen to everything that she's saying. This is what the problem is right here. Exactly what it is.
The damn vehicle. And Tory is pointing over the damn window. How in the hell he's shooting at her?
Let me tell you something. I don't care what the hell y'all say in these motherfucking comments, okay? You hear me? This shit gonna sit there and it's gonna stick, alright? You hear me? I don't give a damn. If you like it, if you don't like it, oh well. I fucks with whatever. I'm not here to argue with nobody, and this internet is not going to give me no energy to argue with nobody over here, okay, about nobody else.
This is my question to you. Sean Holly asked over and over again, and where did she say she was? And what is this and what is that? How in the fuck was Megan walking towards the rear of the vehicle with Tory, who was in what seat again? Explain it to the people. If she in the front seat, or if he in the front seat or the back seat, the car door still gonna open towards the front. If you walking towards the back of the goddamn car, Megan, how? Let's say replay it. bullshit. They want to talk about it. They want to know what the hell is going on. I want to get into the glass. Let's get into the glass. Megan brought up glass. Nobody needs to be upset that glass is still being brought up. Megan introduced the idea of glass. Megan told the goddamn police and she told the fucking people at the hospital that she stepped on glass at the fucking party. She heard a loud boom and then she left. Now, let's get into this. These are facts. Another interesting piece from yesterday's hearing. Holly tells us that on cross-examination, Detective Stogner admitted that the bullet fragments allegedly removed from her ankles cannot be located. Tamika, I want you to pay attention to this word allegedly. Because they cannot prove that they were removed. It is not a fact that bullet fragments were removed from her feet. The alleged shooting, that is still the verbiage.
Once again, she don't have no court documents. She is just keep going to other people stuff and doing it from there. That's exactly what
you haven't been proven. It hasn't been proven that she was shot with a gun. Not to you. Grow up. What did I tell Tamika? The same shit. If available, the fragments would be hard evidence to prove it was a bullet and not glass that was in Megan's foot. If they're missing, it leaves the door open for other possibilities. Case and fucking point, bitch. I don't know who you thought you was over talking and it's some of y'all in the comments. Tamika got you. Because you wasn't making sense. Bitch, I was making sense if you were listening to receive. Bitch ain't never open.
It's okay, ATM Bravo. If they doing damage control, we will see at the end, okay? Because who knows that he beat the case? Ain't nobody know he beat the case because the case ain't over, okay? So we not going to stream that. We ain't streaming that. You hear me? Yes, baby cake fakes. Whatever your name is. I ain't mad at you.
Come out and out talk to me on no day of the week, bitch. I said what I said and it's a fact. If you do not have the fucking bullet fragments, then you cannot prove that there was a bullet. You cannot prove that the bitch was shot. You can't prove none of that shit. So we can go back to glass. Yes, we can. And that's just that. Be mad at her. Be mad at whoever lost it. But don't be mad at me for questioning it. Because that ain't gonna fucking fly. Get your ass up out of
here. Right, and that's why she be so hype on people that go against what Megan say. Because just like DJ Academics, he was supposed to do a podcast. That podcast he got, it was supposed to be him and Tori was supposed to do a podcast. My radio got mad because she thought that it was just going to be her and Tori doing a podcast. And then after that, Tori wound up saying he wasn't doing a podcast. And she had to make up a story about the podcast or whatever else like that. Yep. Yeah, you right, Trish. Don't let them get you. Trust me, because this ain't nobody but the My Radio people coming over here trying to do whatever they doing damage. They doing damage control. They talking about ABC and CMN and all that shit doing damage control.
Now, I have a question. Let me go to 10 minutes and 35 seconds in this interview.
And trust me, I know all them stations is wicked. I know, trust me, because I didn't learn it until I got older. But what I'm saying is, no, my radio is wicked. And if she is against you, she's against you, and she gonna go hard.
Tamika. Nah, let's do 10:35. Here we go.
To this day, you still fragments in your feet. And there are still many people, as we sit here today, Megan, that don't even believe you were shot. There is a hot gun in the car.
Yeah. Now, when you say hot, what do you mean? Hot like stolen because it was unregistered? Or hot like temperature? Now, if you mean hot like stolen, then whose gun was it really? Because how would you be privy to that information? That's number one. Number two, when it comes to hot, heat-wise, does that mean that you touched it? Unless you're just regurgitating what someone told you, you wouldn't be aware of it being hot or hot. So I would like to ask you, which one is it? Both times, I find you in a peculiar situation. fucking up.
Hit somebody's foot from a gun that is fired from a gun.
She said they live kept messing up. No. The person that was recording ain't have enough storage and had to go back and finish recording the live. That's why I was skipping, beeping, and doing all that. Yeah.
From a gun that is fired in a vehicle and there's no holes in the vehicle.
You that I don't know what was in the vehicle, but
Millie, we're not talking again
when Kelsey opened the door and started.
Like niggas out. Vehicle and there's no holes in the vehicle.
You
that Meg got shot in the car. If you're telling me that it's possible that she was.
Let me see if I can find this real quick. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. Because it actually was reported that there was glass in the car. Actually. Let me let Tamika play while I look for that. But they did actually say that in the beginning.
Inside the vehicle, when the fragments hit her foot, or even the glass, is the glass in the car?
I'm not telling you that.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
No, where
she's outside, but listen, we're on the same page that more than likely she's outside the car. So whether
see, and that's what it is, baby cakes. It ain't that we coming at you. It's not that we disagreeing with what you saying or how you saying it or whatever. It's just the point that you ain't watching everything, or you ain't watching most of the stuff that you should be watching to go against the things that my radio are doing. So you cannot just come in the comments and be like, oh, she ain't like that and da da da. No, this girl go too hard for people. Yeah, it seemed like she's one of them girls on the block that's cool, but you see where the damage come at. The damage come at when she sit there and go too hard on people. You can't explain certain things because you're not listening to the bullshit that she put out there. You only listening to what you want to listen to, and that's the mind control she have of the people that's on her page. Okay, and that's why. That's how she got the Nicki Minaj fans real fast, because she switched over from Cardi B and went to Nicki Minaj, and after that it was a Rizette. Okay.
she was sitting on top of the car, under the roof, wherever. At the time that the police pull the car over, the gun is in front of a person who also has gunpowder on his hands, as well as somebody else's vehicle.
But you can't.
For me, that's the only thing that matters.
But that implies a certain thing. They live fucked up. Hold on.
What is the other truth? What is the other truth?
The other is that he wasn't the only person that was sitting. They moved seats. Thank you, John. So who knows who originally was?
They moved seats. This is when Tamika Mallory was over this shit, because the bitch is really delusional. Okay.
Yeah, who it was relevant to. That's my point. They stopped multiple times. You telling me that the gun was found in front of Tory means absolutely nothing when they changed seats 11 times. The person that was always originally sitting in the seat where the gun was ultimately found was Megan. That's the point. We want to talk about who could have pulled something out or did this and that. Babe, they changed seats so many motherfucking times. You telling me that he was ultimately sitting there don't mean shit to me. That was the relevancy of me bringing that shit up. Megan was sitting there. Tory was in the back seat with Kelsey. The driver was driving. So how do you know that gun had been sitting in front of her ass the whole fucking time? How you know? That's the fucking point. Make that gun belong to Tory because of seat placement or the fact that it was his car. I see my son in the comments saying he was arrested for gun possession because it was his car.
Right.
Who's the gun registered?
And that matters.
Because it was his car, not because it was registered to him.
It matters.
That does matter.
That actually matters. But at the end of the day,
I'm going to take the fall.
At the end of the day, here's the deal. Whatever you want to say, and I hear you, maybe the surgeon made it up. Maybe.
Yeah.
Y'all can do all of that, and I I respect you doing what you feel. I respect you doing what you feel you need to do. So if you need to go do maybe and possibly and theory and could be and this and that, y'all do that. I'm only doing what is.
And you're taking around what I'm saying, and you're trying to belittle what I'm saying. And
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to belittle. I'm telling you. I'm not trying to belittle.
If a human wants to come before you and say this is what happened and point out a scenario before you start tearing somebody down, make sure not you.
Where did I take? Tell me where. Tell me, Millie.
General.
Millie. No. We're not talking about in general.
Yes. Why we not talking about in general no more? You've been speaking in general terms since we started this conversation. What changed? What changed? Oh no, we're not talking in general. No, that's what you said in the beginning. So we're gonna keep on generally speaking. I know you're not getting emotional on me.
We're not talking about theory.
For the people.
Maybe
the whole audience.
Millie.
Before
Millie.
you start condemning him. Abilities. That's
Millie.
That's where baby comes in.
Millie.
Ma'am.
We're not talking about.
When I call a bitch ma'am, she's on my nerves. That's not even my fucking name, girl. So you steady saying that out loud, and I would have ignored you anyway, but I'm really ignoring you. Like, girl, who is that? Bitch, I don't know who the fuck, girl. Okay. And the fuck?
Possibility. We're not talking about maybe. You said I'm tearing somebody down. When I am on.
I did not agree to that.
Okay, but I'm not. But you said before you tear somebody down. So I'm not tearing anybody down. I am stating.
My connection started sounding like it was getting fucked up because it started picking up on her more than me because she was talking louder.
Factual, based upon what I read in a report, not what you said, not what academics said,
Girl,
not what Black 100 said, not what my son said, not what anybody said. I'm speaking to what is in the report.
You know what I'm gonna speak to? How my son was sitting in your comments and say the security guard could have shot her, but you've been condemning Tory for.
You said he said the security.
It's the way it here now, and y'all start even playing with the idea.
Wait a minute. He said that the security guard. That's what my son said.
He said the security guards could have shot her. But
okay.
My problem is the fact that y'all have set up and made a scenario the truth because that's what somebody told you. When we ought to protect black people.
Okay, but
protect them.
Millie.
Girl, shut up. Let's go to this article so we can break it up. Have to listen to her ass. Too goddamn long. Her voice annoying. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get into this right here. Right here, people. Cops tracked down the car shortly afterward, and TMZ reported this as well. They said the cops tracked down the car shortly afterward and found Tory and Megan inside along with another woman. Didn't mention the man. Megan had a cut on her foot, believed to be from broken glass on the floor of the vehicle. Hey, girl.
But mind you, when Megan first came out and said, before she said Tory shot her, what did she say? She was lying because she was not trying to tell them that she had a gun in the car, or they had a gun in the car, a bunch of black people in the car of white neighborhood. Basically, that was the narrative that she was giving. That was the narrative that she was spitting to us, I'm going to say. So I will go back and say that part because that's what I remember at the beginning was that. But she's making it like, oh, because she started off with all of this, and this is why I feel like she's getting the court documents all messed up about. This is what I really do feel like she's getting the court documents messed up about. Because she's going back to the beginning when Megan so called said, if we going to believe Megan, we believe in when she said that she first did not talk about this. She did not want to say it because it was cops, and she did not want to say, oh, we had a gun in the car or anything like that because it was a black man, black woman in a white neighborhood, da da da, whatever else, whatever how the narrative was, but it was that narrative. Okay, so this is what she keep going back to. These 22 reports when they start first rolling out and they was throwing them out there, and you know when they first start bringing out the reports before the facts come out, the blogs is posting all types of reports that in they option and they opinion and they way that they feel like is the way that it went. This is what she's keep reading off. She's not going to the court documents because the only way for it to go to trial, not saying that I believe in the system and the system is the best. No, the fuck I don't. But what I'm saying is, in order for it to get to trial, in order for him to be, he was locked up for it. In order for all that to happen, no matter if they got big people behind them or whatever, it had to been some type of evidence to be proven for them to go and lock this man up. Because it ain't only he can sue Rock Nation and them because they the big people that's behind Megan. No, he could go and sue the Los Angeles court district or whatever. So that's bullshit if y'all sitting there thinking that they helping this black woman or black man against any of this. No, them white jurors going to sit there and settle for whatever it is. Why? Because they both black. They don't give a fuck.
Where they get that from? Now, they stopped reporting on that once the narrative became that she got shot. But don't you for a fucking second forget that they initially reported that there was glass in the car. And since she said he shot over the window, there should be no reason.
And even if she is a proven liar, with the ATM Bravo, even if she is a proven liar, just say fuck it. Oh, she lying about everything? No, like come on with the bullshit. I'm not sitting here saying I'm all with what Megan's saying. I'm all with what's going on, and no, I'm all with the facts. If it's facts, if it be proven, if he convicted, if he's not convicted, I'm not saying he did it. I ain't saying he didn't do it. I'm not doing none of that because I'm not on neither side. But what her problem is, she sit back and she's only on one side and she's only trying to prove shit from one side. She's not trying to go by what really is going on and what's in the court documents. She's keep reading from blogs that was posting it at the time and that it was all going down. This is the narrative she going off of, the beginning narrative. Not the actual court, not her sitting in a fucking courtroom for hours. Just like when Tasha K and Cardi B was going to court. You had Choke No Joke inside the courtroom. You had multiple bloggers inside that courtroom for hours. And the people kept saying that they was lying. Like, come on, you ain't even nowhere near Los Angeles. And you talking about boots on the ground because you got people that you sat there and fuck their heads all up on. Some, like I said, her shit is like some coke shit. Because she want everybody to go on the narrative that she want them to go. And if you say something in the comments against the narrative, she would delete you and block you and remove you from her comments. This is facts. This is the shit that I'm talking about. I'm about to end this shit. I was supposed to end it 15 minutes ago, but I'm about to end this shit. But I'm trying to tell you, this little... I'll be back, trust me.
Reason that the glass broke. And since you want to talk about who ended up in what seat, who was in the back at that point? Talk about it, girl.
And Baby Fat Cake, if that's your name, I'm trying to say it right. I don't know. I keep messing it up every time, but I don't know how I'm messing it up. But it's just, everybody pronounce it differently. And you're right. He have to wait until the case is over. This is what I'm saying. So the same way I feel like basically my radio is doing, like I said, the same thing Black T Blog doing with the situation of Nicki Minaj and her husband. Let's speak on it, okay? The same thing she's doing, and what happened? She was hyped when they sent her a letter from the courts for her to be involved inside the court thing, because this is what these blogs want. They want their numbers to go up. They want to stay in the algorithm. They want to do this. They want to be that. They want blogs to post them. They want them big blogs to post them. This is the life that they trying to teach the younger generation, that the internet is just the internet and we got to do the internet and the internet is going to make us famous. Fuck being famous, because most of these famous people got fucking mental illness. Okay, let's talk about it. Ain't nobody want to be the fuck famous out here with these motherfuckers. No, if I like something, I like something. If I don't, I don't. Oh well, I'm not going to sit there and draw or down that motherfucker that I don't like. Yes, my radio sits on her platform every day and attacks Megan character to serve Tory's narrative, false allegations against Megan and all. Yes, Trish, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. What you got people like Baby Kate, Fat Kate on here, like she watch everything and see everything that's going on, like she already proven that she does not look or see all the extra shit, but she want to sit back and say, oh, it's not like that. She be speaking facts. No, she's not speaking facts when she's going to other blogs and not spitting no exclusive shit. The exclusive is facts. The exclusive is coming straight from the person and you being the first one to talk about it. No, most of the things she's trying to talk about or try to get to is stuff that people already talked about. She ain't going to them court transcripts. She only had them couple documents that she had T-Blog repost because she knew T-Blog was going to repost it and all that extra shit like that. This is the shit that I'm talking about. Yes, like it's just retarded.
But Millie, I don't care what my son said. I don't care what this one said and that said. It's like I know that Tory Lanez, right, on the Shade Room and his comments, I know that Tory Lanez, when somebody said Kelsey shot her, he wrote in the comments, right? He wrote, that's not true. That's what he.
Yes, Trish, because she does the same thing with Cardi. I'm trying to tell you, she do the same thing with Cardi, and she'll spit a narrative. Or if somebody come out and do something, oh, they shaded Nicki Minaj. Oh, she's shading this person. When in reality, Cardi don't be saying none of that shit. Nicki don't be. Who knows who the fuck these bitches talking to? In our knowledge, they probably fucking cool backstage. Why? Because them beefing with each other is getting them money and views. These motherfuckers was fighting over views off of YouTube. This is when you know the celebrity status ain't no damn celebrity status. You could be on YouTube with billions of followers and you so-called a celebrity. Like, come the fuck on. No, they fighting off of views off of YouTube when they supposed to be talking about the billboards. Let's not talk about that.
Okay. So that means it's a whole lot of people that could be.
But that's how my radio got all of you. I'm quite sure that's how my radio got you, baby cakes. Okay, I'm quite sure for her defending Nicki Minaj, and you're a Nicki Minaj fan, and she want to sit there and spit the narrative that y'all want her to spit. Okay, this is the things that she do. She know what she doing. Even Black T, they know what they doing. And then now, so-called Black T Rock is suing Cardi because Cardi put her face out there. Because you want to be sounding like Nicki and acting like you're Nicki. Child, these people, I feel like they start thinking that the people is them. And they start trying to be them.
Lying
and these fucking celebrities can't even be their fucking self.
Making up stuff and this and that. And everybody can say whatever they want to say. You got your perspective. He said.
Yeah, when she came for Culture, that right there is what really set the line with me. That was one of the things. But the main thing was... how hard she started going off of everybody that she thought didn't like Nicki Minaj because they was cool with Cardi B. And that's the problem with the damn barbs, I'm gonna say. Because I'm not even gonna say that because like I said, I like Nicki Minaj music and I like Cardi B music. I don't like the bullshit. That's what I don't like, okay? It's like, all right, you spitting a narrative out here. The main thing is, oh, I'm a queen. She a queen. Yes, the fuck she is a queen. I'm a queen. You a queen. We a queen. If ain't nobody never tell you a queen, you a queen. But we should not have to prove that you a fucking queen out here. We should not have to prove it. Like that's the shit that I'm talking about. Like, why do we have to still keep proving 10 plus years later that Nicki Minaj is the queen? She didn't prove this shit. I'm confused. That's the delusion that these people be having. And don't say nothing crazy about them because they think that you against them because you just work with her. No, if they like other people, they like other people. Just because they work with one, that don't mean that they can't work with the other. Because, like I said, when we all in a party, we jam into Nicki shit and we jam into Cardi shit. When we all at home partying, we dancing to Nicki shit and we dancing to Cardi shit. I likes all the girls. They all good. I like all the music. If the music sticks, it sticks. Like what the fuck? Yeah, and Cardi don't play about fucking culture. She don't play that shit in her own daughter because she know how this fucking internet is.
That is not true. She texted somebody that he shot up. Allegedly. Meg said this happened. This one got this, and that one has that. I'm the only person that's not trying to go with who may have shot her and or who did it and who did. I'm only going with very specific facts because what I have been seeing people say is only Kelsey had gunpowder on her hands. I've been seeing people say that he didn't have there's no evidence of him touching the gun. Those things are not true. So we don't know, right? We don't know. And I'm not willing to sit here and tell you 100% Tory definitely shot Meg. I don't know that. She said that. She got every right to say what happened from her perspective or what she says happened to her. He has every right to say he didn't do it. Kelsey has every right to say whatever she's saying. But that's not what I'm talking about. Everybody can debate that. The only thing I'm focused on is that there is a gun in a car that is hot and a surgeon who says he removed fragments from her feet, right? And an officer who says the gun is placed in a certain area and that there's gunpowder on two people's hands. That's it. But now we in, well, maybe it was the glass, and maybe the surgeon lied, and there's this scenario and that scenario, and I'm just saying that I don't know exactly who did what, but I do know these particular things that are facts. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not all with
the opinion with any of that.
Just bring her down just because. No, I'm all with the truth. There's a lot of things that my radio really do come on her platform and she talk about that a lot of other people don't talk about. That's what's really going on in the fucking world. She talk about all different types of things. I'm not saying she just focus on this, that, the third. But I'm going to speak into the fucking lies and the facts and talk about what the hell the bullshit that these blogs do in order to get it up. I'm trying to tell you, Wally, I love me some Wally, but he know what he be doing and he's a troll baby. He's a troll baby, okay? And I'm trying to tell you, he's gonna be next because right now he's a Nicki Minaj fan, okay? So he got all his little people coming to this stuff because he's a Nicki Minaj fan. And this is how they start building their web up when they start taking another person down and start building up that one person, okay? When Nicki Minaj been out here for so long, and what's more to build up, she done built herself, okay? Let's get to it. She done already made herself, okay? You hear me? The same thing she claiming these bitches is doing to her, she did to Lil Kim. Okay? All the queens that was before her and all the queens that's after her, okay?
The whole thing is, because that's why I feel like it's misinterpreted and not listening to what's actually being said. I don't disagree with you with that. We do need to listen to everybody. We don't know. But we were never given a chance to focus on the injury because we were instructed as a community to tear down the alleged person that did it. That is where my problem lies. We weren't given a chance to, once again.
That's the part that I'm talking about, Flowers. Okay? That's the part that I'm talking about. No, I'm not disagreeing with what Tamika's saying to her because I fucks with what Tamika. I feel like Tamika's saying somebody finally that's in the top like that. Okay, I'm not of basically knowing the bullshit and at a part where she's higher up that somebody can let this girl know because everybody seems like they don't want to say to this girl what they want to say because she starts to yelling, she starts to screaming, she starts to the blowing bombs and dropping the bombs and keeping the bombs dropping and thinking that you supposed to be intimidated because she's dropping the bombs. No, that's the part that I'm talking about.
We could have been had a conversation about Megan being hurt and saying let's uplift her because that's horrible that happened.
Days after she even announced it, she sat up and she pointed a finger and said, "Hey, this is what happened, and this is the person that did it." And she made it feel like we had to choose.
Yes, Trish, I'm gonna have to go to your page because I need them timestamps too. Okay, you hear me? Because them delusional ones, they don't understand the concept of what's really going on. All right, you hear me? And this is why she out here going so hard. This girl is doing interviews for this man. We sitting here talking about it, and she out there doing interviews. Who going harder for her? Come on, man.
Going forward and say protect black women. If you're defending him because you have a question about something, then you must be against me. If anybody stands with him or who believes him, you must be paid or you must be fucking him if that's the case.
But this is the point that we all are making, okay? This is what she does. She's sitting here saying exactly what basically everybody's saying to her, probably because this is how hard she's going for this man. You done met up with his daddy, okay? You was just out here promoting for what's that boy he played on TV shows back in the day that sat there and just got found guilty for all the stuff that he did. She was just out here betting for him. Child, the apple don't fall too far from the tree, okay? She's a Nicki Minaj fan.
That is ridiculous that people would make somebody feel yeah, I don't agree with none of that. Nobody I don't agree with any of that. I've never said any of those things. I don't agree with that. I believe there's a victim who also deserves support. Shout out to you. They said, I don't remember hearing that 2 people Prince was on the gun. I thought it was 4 people on the gun.
Okay, Trish, I'm going to check that out too. I'm on my way over there. Don't even worry about it.
Now, you going to hear me soon. Ask her, hey, did they test Megan for gunshot residue? She don't goddamn know, because she don't know nothing. The paperwork said that there were 4 contributors. And
yes, I will say no. Yes, I will say no. If Baby Cakes, you asking me a question or you asking Trish a question? Who you asking a question to? Because guess what? I will say no. Why? Because I don't give a fuck about all that. I don't give a fuck about no exclusive. I'm talking about the bullshit that they putting out here. I don't give a fuck about no exclusive. Is that what you're trying to say? Because it's going to be exclusive. Because my radio don't be getting exclusive. When she get exclusive, she on the phone talking the way she was talking with that person that did the beats for Nicki Minaj joint. Like she ain't married. Let's talk about it. Okay? You hear me? Okay.
And you hold tight.
Oh, Baby Case, you might ain't see that because you said you ain't see everything, right? So you might need to go back and watch that interview that she did with Nicki Minaj, person that do her beats or that did her beats. Okay?
Hold on. Cause bitch, I know you fucking lying. Yeah, open this up. And then let me find it. Because what if they put that at? Let me see. 4. Four casings. Okay. I'm going to have to look for that for y'all. So let's go back to this. The same support that people are willing to give to, and if we say that we are for black people, then that should include her, right? It should include her, and it should include him. Okay, so we all agree.
So why you telling Rock Nation that Tamika Mallory, the one that told you to look at the transcript? It seemed like she don't give a fuck about her even supporting Megan or Tory, okay? She sat there and said his name clear as day on her live, okay?
That we for all black people, then we should be able to say
Since there is gunpowder on two people's hands, what we should not do, this is, forget the gunpowder thing. I already said that. But what we should not do is even try to maneuver the idea that fragments didn't hit her foot just because the hospital may have lost the few pieces. That to me is
Get them likes up, like, share, and subscribe, okay? I don't care.
where I can't, at that point, I can't go any further.
Okay. Now, I have shown you multiple examples of why it's fair, in my opinion, to question if it was a bullet or glass. I can't show you nothing else until something else.
You only questioning it because you keep going back to the narrative that was spit at the beginning. Every article she went to, look at the date. Okay, the date is 2020 when it all happened. Okay, look at the articles. And what did Megan say at the beginning? What she said was, no matter if she was lying to what she said or if she wasn't, what she said at the beginning, and what do these blogs do? They go with the narrative that they think and they assume after somebody come out and say something. Okay, what did she come out and say at first? She came out and said she did not want to tell them that she was shot. She did not want to tell the cops that it was a gun in the goddamn car. Whatever how the narrative went, it was something like that, and y'all will understand what I'm saying. Trust me, because I'm quite sure y'all heard the same thing I heard. If y'all watching this, okay, y'all heard it. She basically was saying that at the beginning. In every article she going to, she's not going to court transcripts. She's not buying the damn transcripts and pulling them out and then talking about it like that, even though she's not going to the courtroom. She could at least do that. But no, she just wants y'all $20. She just wants y'all $20 and keep spitting lies to y'all.
Is made available. Like I said in the beginning, if you look at the entire situation, it is questionable in itself because the very thing that you need to back up your claim is absent. So you can't prove it. That is essential, and they can sit up and try to act like it's not and it doesn't matter, but it absolutely does. The gun was said to have 4 fucking contributors, and bitch, I'm finna find it right now. Let me see. Because, bitch, I remember going over there with y'all. 4 people and 4 contributors. Go fucking figure. I'm gonna find this shit.
I can't go any further. Because the surgeon...
Okay, Trish, I see you. I will be looking it up.
The surgeon, I do not believe, not even for 1 second, not even for 1 second, am I willing to sit here and agree that it's possible that the surgeon made up that he took bullet fragments
Who the hell, brother?
out of her feet. I'm not willing to do that. That's where, at that point, if anybody wants to try to tell me anything other than that, that's where I start to feel like they have other motives. At that point. Because the woman has bullet fragments. The fact that the hospital lost the fragments, that's on them. That's not on her. She got fragments in her foot.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know why it's important to somebody like me that possibility exists? It's because I'm thinking of it coming from the standpoint of being somebody working like it's a criminal justice situation. It is. So I have a criminal justice mind. So for me, babe, I've seen 101 times where a fucking doctor lied. Somebody falsified a report to go along with. We're not talking about Sally and Billy from up the street.
Okay.
We're
okay, babe. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I, you know, all of.
You see how she doesn't listen? You see the shit she do?
No, I feel like she started understanding that this wasn't going no fucking weird. I don't know why she ain't understand it at the beginning, but she started understanding that this is not going no fucking weird. And I don't think she wanted her to have a narrative of being on Megan's side. I think she wanted her to leave here understanding that how hard you going out here makes you look dumb as fuck over a nigga that you don't even fucking know. Let's talk about it.
Now, if I hauled off and said, bitch, shut up, because I know you hear me, I would have been wrong, right? But like I said, I felt like she was trying to bait me into doing it. So, no. Very dismissive. Very. Let's take a look at this. Lane's lawyer, Tory Lane's lawyer, Sean Hawley, claimed that Lane's did not provide academics information before the tweet in February. What academics said is that the DNA was not found on the weapon, and in fact, the swab of the gun indicates inconclusive, and that there were 4 contributors. That's what was said. So once again, ma'am, what do you be talking about? Boy, what the hell are you talking about? Nothing.
Let's have our things that we just can't do, and I cannot have a conversation that the woman was possibly not shot. That's something I refuse. I refuse to get into that. She was shot. Bottom line. Who shot her is a different conversation, but we can't say we love all black people. We can't say that we love all black people and not be willing to admit, because by the way, it's not just that the surgeon says there were fragments in her feet that he removed or she removed, but then also there's a hot to the touch gun, and there's gunpowder on people's hands. So it's likely that she was shot. And so I'm not open to any other possibilities. I'm not willing to go with other possibilities. Introduce glass. Don't be mad. I'm not willing to go with other possibilities. I'm not willing to do that.
I told her, you couldn't really hear me that good, but I said Megan introduced glass. So don't be mad at anybody else that, it's a topic of discussion. Possibilities.
I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to, no. So I'm telling you flat out, no. I am not willing to go with other possibilities that she was not shot. I'm only willing to go with one thing. The surgeon says there was fragments in her foot. A gun was fired. It was hot. And there is gun residue on 2 people's hands. That's it. And you did this, and you feel this, and there's this theory, and that theory, and this and that, and they slept together, and then this one was mad, and that happened, and she lied over here and there and the third. You can do that all day long. I respect that if that's what you want to do. But I am unwilling, in any way, shape, or that she was not shot, and that there is not a hot gun with residue on 2 people's hands. That I'm not willing to do.
If you've done now, then cool. But we've been doing that because, because I've been saying that since the beginning. If you've done now, cool. But we've been doing that.
That's it then. We on the same page. Because that's all I said. I never said who did it. I said several times for the last hour and some change that I've been on this live that we do not know. So she's a liar. That's fine. But now we're saying she's a liar. The surgeon is a liar. The cops are the liars.
Was a liar.
The cops are the liars. Kelsey is a liar. Kelsey's a liar. The cops are liars. The Meg is a liar. The surgeon is a liar.
Who knows?
And Tory, who even says in a message that it's not true that Kelsey shot her. He's a liar too. Everybody's a liar. But the thing that is not a lie is the black and white paper that says there's gun residue on 2 people's hands.
Did they test Megan for gunshot residue?
Who?
Did they test Megan for gunshot residue?
I don't know.
So, Chuck. Shut the fuck up. Gunshot residue on her hands.
So she shot herself.
I didn't tell you that. I asked her.
So again, still.
I didn't tell her. Gunshot residue on her hands since that show.
But let's just say she did. So then that means that they have to be able to prove that she shot the gun down to the ground. Like, let's just stop playing around.
No, let us stop playing around.
Let's stop playing because that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Is that people are trying to manipulate. It don't need to be manipulated. There's residue on two people's hands.
Could be three.
So therefore, there could be the scenario could be either way. That's it.
But
it's residue on two people's hands.
Keep on implying things that would lead one to believe it's a particular person when you don't know what all has been pulled out. You don't.
So when I just said that there's residue on two people's hands,
three, you don't know if Megan was even tested.
Oh, okay, Millie,
you don't.
Sweetie, I appreciate you, but
I do not.
When you started off saying,
I do not appreciate you.
It's possible she wasn't even shot. And now the surgeon's a liar, baby, and all of this and that. I appreciate the conversation, and God bless you. Go in peace, and we'll see how it all plays out. But we're not going to change the facts. That's not going to happen.
Who's wrong information but you?
Oh, what?
You're the one giving wrong information.
So you're saying that
not me.
There's not residue on both people's hands?
You said the gun was registered to Tory.
But I also corrected myself in the same conversation.
That don't change the fact that you...
No, it does change. It does change. Because you know what happens?
You did.
And I felt like what she was trying to do here was let my radio know, like in the same breath that you be thinking you saying facts and you're not saying facts. If you get corrected right then and there, you need to bring it back and understand that no, it's people on your live that really think what you're saying is facts. You have to let them know that's not a fact until it's being proven. It's the internet now. Everything got to be proven.
When people are honest, they can say something that's wrong.
And she's such a damn child because she's just going to run off of this fucking live. That's what she's going to do.
When people are honest, they can say, when a person is honest, they can say, oh, I said that. This question, it can be wrong. And if you correct yourself, when you...
I hung up on that bitch. I said, child, I'm finna go live and get more views than you talking about the same thing. See? I said, bye, girl.
I told you, it's all about the algorithm. It's all about the views. It's all about what you could get. It's all about this and it's all about that. Let me tell you, if somebody go off of views, they'll be killing themselves out this bitch, okay? Because it could be nobody on this fucking live and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to still do this live just like this. Like, come on. Like, this is the sad part that they don't understand that they is generating in these kids. Yes, we do raise our own fucking kids and we let them know. But what I'm saying is, this is the narrative that they pushing out here to basically say that it's all about the numbers. No, it's not. If it ain't about the money, the fuck?
Nah, girl. I said, y'all need to read all the transcripts, not just page 66. Okay. So that was my exchange with Tamika Mallory. Like I said, there are very reasonable explanations for everything that I had to say. A bitch can never play with me. That's why we come and we talk about these different things. And I can lay it out to you while I say what the fuck I said. Bitch, can you? Can you show me why you saying what you saying? Miss, I read that someone spreading all that damn misinformation. Trying to imply that it was him. Like what? And here go Yaya ass. Look what somebody just DM me. Tamika Mallory tussles with a Tory Lanez fan. Oh look, a ex-mob radio fan.
See? Because people starting to see what the fuck it is. But no, fuck Yaya and her been beefing for a while. So that's exactly why fuck Yaya said tussle with a Tory fan. She was throwing real shade, okay? And I ain't even friends with her on Instagram or nothing, but I just know that by when I used to watch my radio, she did not like fuck Yaya because Yaya was not going against what she was saying.
Yeah, a current mob radio fan still keeping up with mob radio. Bitch getting 2 views a post. Matter of fact, let me go look at it
too. It's all about the views. And guess what? She's still thriving. It's not all about because she got 2 fucking likes or whatever. What? This bitch is delusional, and that's what the sad part is. You see how Tasha K is.
Let's go to your damn website. Everybody, get in your damn time machine. I'm taking you to 1998. Look at this. 12 views, 20.
Watch how she go speed over the Nicki Minaj shit. Watch this.
5 views, 337 views, 332. We already got 48. We doing good. We doing good. What else you got up here? Oh, okay, progress. I see you. Oh, keep up the good work, babe. Bitch, you a loser. The fuck? You in that trash ass website. I don't give a fuck about that, bitch. Why?
That's the shit she do. When you go against her, she throw you under the bus, baby. She does not like you. She does not deal with you. She think you are trash. She think you never amount to nothing. And at the end of the day, she coming up as well as everybody else is. That's exactly how everybody else came up. They came up just like that. Okay, and we're gonna leave it like that, and we're gonna finish this shit later on because I will be back live tonight. It's Friday, okay? You hear me? It's Friday, and I will be back, okay? So understand that. Just out here trying to get it, all right? We hear me? Do y'all hear me? Is y'all speaking with me? Is y'all liking the content, okay? Like, share, and subscribe, all right? Okay, and guess what? We're gonna talk about it and we're gonna keep talking about it. And I'm gonna keep my foot on this girl neck. Okay? I'm just not gonna be a delusional, disrespectful ass bitch to take her down because of the simple fact that, oh, she this and she that. Hell no, I ain't gonna take her the fuck down. I'm gonna speak where she's falsely lying on the internet about. Go back to her videos. And like I said, she's supposed to be married, but she talking to these people like the fuck she ain't. Ain't nobody got time for all that. Like, share, and subscribe. Fucks with y'all. Okay, let's get it.